Today I'll be drawing cute and terrifying Sprunkies as humans, OC edition. There's so many insane Sprunki OCs and I picked some of my favorites. Now let's get drawing. First character on this list is Aqua, created by Scully5. Aqua's pronouns are they them, and their appearance is an aqua blue Sprunki with what appears to be very long hair that is pointed at the edges. Ice cubes can also be seen floating around in their hair, and a straw sits on top of their head. In other art of them, we can also see their head is somewhat translucent and shows the straw, so we can assume Aqua is made of ice or water. Their sound effect is titled Glass of Water. In horror mode, I guess you could say Aqua is much cooler, as we can see icicles frozen onto several parts of their body. The ice cubes in Aqua's hair have turned into pitch black, creepy eyes. Their right eye also now completely black with several cracks surrounding it. Aqua now makes a shivering sound while shaking, the sound ending with their eyes rolling into the back of their head, revealing pitch black eye sockets with white pupils. Unfortunately, Aqua is not on the list of survivors. And surprisingly enough, we actually do get to know Aqua's fate, as the creator revealed Aqua has died due to hypothermia. This is because Wenda herself actually traps them in a freezer with no way out, eventually leading them to freezing to death, which does explain the icicles. Damn Wenda, that's cold. Aqua is definitely one of my favorite Sprunki OCs I've seen. Not only is their design super cool, especially their horror design, but I could listen to the sound effect all day. It's so satisfying. We don't know much about Aqua's personality though, but judging by their appearance, I assume they're pretty chill, so I went for a more casual look. Because Aqua can get so cold, I gave them an oversized blue hoodie to help keep them a little more cozy, and the drawstrings on the hoodie have ice cubes. Here is human Aqua. The second Sprunki OC we'll be drawing is made by Alarm Clock. He's a light brown Sprunki and his name is Dorn. Okay, that's very clever. Dorn appears as a door, pretty self-explanatory, along with a rather monotone expression on his face. Like many of the other Sprunkies, his sound starts as a wiggling doorknob sound, with his head swaying side to side, followed up by the sound of a door opening and closing as his head proceeds to open and close like an actual door. However, his horror mode isn't so peaceful. When this mode is activated, Dorn now appears with several cracks on his head, and he is visibly distressed. In this version, we hear repeated knocking, seemingly banging on Dorn's head. The door suddenly swings open, and we are greeted with pure black, and a creepily realistic eyeball in the shadows. The door quickly closes, and afterwards we hear even a louder banging on the door. Also, I just gotta say, this sounds so good with the other Sprunkies. Dorn is such a clever character concept, and it's honestly one of my favorite Sprunki OCs I've seen. I'm really curious how they made these sounds. I'm just imagining someone opening and closing a door while recording on their phone. Also, is it just me, or is the eyeball we see very familiar? Mr. Sun, is that you? Anyways, judging by this eyeball, it appears someone or something lives inside his head rent-free. He looks at the doorknob moving, and when it opens, he quickly closes it, not revealing what's on the other side. There's a possibility he's trying his best to hide what's on the other side of the door, something he doesn't want us to see. And in horror mode, the cracks on his head clearly indicate the thing living in his head is trying to break free by forcing it open with the aggressive banging, or by eventually breaking his head open. Either way, it's clear Dorn himself is not enjoying this. Unfortunately, I could not find any further info on this character, but hey, I like to theorize. Let me know you broskies think about this in the comments. As for his personality, we can assume he's a laid-back guy, not only judging by his face, but the fact that he's literally a door. Doors can't move, which would mean this dude's life purpose is to stay in place. Well, and keep this demon hidden. So needless to say, this guy's probably bored out of his mind. So I was sure to capture those vibes with my drawing. He's wearing a brown vest with a white undershirt, and also a tie that's in the shape of a door. Yes, I have invented the rectangle tie. Here is human Dorn. Next up is Lilly, made by the YouTube channel KK. She's a pinkish lilac colored Sprunki with curly textured hair, and her most noticeable feature is the microwave that her head is inside. Lilly's sound is quite literally microwave noises, as the door of the microwave slams and she makes beep sounds. She also makes goofy faces. However, the horror version is not so wholesome. The microwave is now covered in blood and other bodily substances, with Lilly's hair being visibly messier and her lower half completely torn off. A large pair of gums and crooked teeth can be seen inside the microwave door, with blood and a black shadow on the inside. Lilly now makes chomping noises, and while the mouth slams down, We see various different faces inside the microwave, along with creepy eyeballs on the right where the timer should be. Considering we see a black circle on the inside, we can only assume that's Lily's head, and she was zapped to death by the microwave. And it appears the microwave itself came to life somehow. As for the various faces inside, we don't know who or what they are, but someone in the creator's comment section theorized it was some of the other Sprunkies, the hat reminding them of Tenor, one face resembling Horror Simon, and lastly, Black. The creator responded saying this may or may not be canon. Either way, it's clear the microwave gained sentience and ate people, while microwaving Lilly to death in the process. That's a pretty brutal way to go. Honestly, I can imagine Black or Wenda turning the microwave on during the killing spree. We aren't given much info on her personality, but the faces she makes are pretty funny, so I feel she would be really similar to Brud, kinda head empty and goofy. Plus, they both have a large item on their head. They'd for sure be besties. When drawing her human form, I still decided to keep the microwave on, cause come on, I can't get rid of that, it's the best part. I also included some cute overalls, and I put a couple pizza rolls in her pocket, cause I just feel like she'd have those. She must get hurt sometimes with her head banging around in there, so I also included a band-aid on her face. Here is human Lilly. Now I'll be drawing Telly by Alarm Clock, the same creator who made Dorn. They're a light red Sprunky with a monotone facial expression, topped with a giant telephone on their head, and a cord can be seen coming from the back, and a dial plate can also be seen on their chest. Their music starts as a telephone ringing sound, and when Telly picks up the phone, we can hear a high-pitched voice making gibberish sounds. But when horror mode kicks on, Telly has a giant bloody hole in their chest where the dial plate once was, and we can see it's been smashed into the right eye, with Telly's face clearly not being very happy. The phone cord is now directly going through their eyeball, which is also now covered in blood. As for the sound, I don't quite know how to describe it, but it definitely sounds cool. The phone repeatedly slams down on Telly's head, and when they answer the phone, we hear a very creepy, disturbing voice on the other end, while their head shakes dramatically. It's unknown exactly who or what is talking through the phone, but I'm guessing whoever is calling Telly does not have the best intentions. They sound very suspicious. I'd have to theorize the voice on the phone is actually Black, and I have a good reason to believe this. See, in the game we get to hear every single Sprunky's voice, and they're all very distinguishable. However, Black's sound, on the other hand, is much more mysterious. When you place him down, it creates this very subtle, creepy ambience. But that's all we get from him. He doesn't really have a normal voice, so that's why I don't think the voice on the phone could be anyone else but Black. The creator of Sprunky even said if Black did have an actual voice, it would be deep. But if not, this could very well be a random sound and not anyone in particular. Either way, someone messed bro up. Poor Telly. For their human form, I turned Telly's phone into a pair of bulky headphones and turned the phone cord into hanging earbuds. I feel like if Telly was human, since they listen to the phone all the time, they definitely enjoy music, like Oren. Their red hoodie has the dial plate turned into a cool graphic design, and I also included some sound waves on their sleeves. Here is human Telly. Next up, we've got Light Gold, also known as Ivon, from the creator Ohio Kid. Ivon is a light gold Sprunky with her head being shaped as a crescent moon, and black on the other side. She has some hair tufts at the bottom, and also has a halo around her head. The creator also stated that her other eye cannot be opened. Ivon's music is the harp instrument, which sounds really peaceful and goes really well with the other Sprunkies. And in her horror mode, we can see an arrow has been shot through the side of her head. Her left eye is now wide open, with a very shocked facial expression, and a single tear in her eye. A small amount of blood is coming from her mouth, and her sound is now deeper pitched and slightly unsettling. Turns out, we actually get some lore for what happened to this Sprunky. The creator of this OC revealed that Ivon and Black were childhood friends, and eventually started dating. However, Black ended up shooting her with an arrow, killing her, revealing he never actually loved her, and was faking it the entire time, only to end her life in the process. Honestly, that's pretty sad. Getting randomly killed by someone you don't know is one thing, but getting killed by the person who you loved and trusted is the worst way to go. Well, maybe besides falling in lava in Minecraft. Judging by her horror animation, it almost seems as if this is showing Ivon's reaction reaction to when Black shot her. This betrayal shocked her and probably hurt her very deeply emotionally, which is also probably why Ivon has a single tear in her eye, looking up at Black, thinking, how could you, before passing away. That being said, I'm impressed with how well Ivon's music fits in with everyone, and I could genuinely see this being in the actual Sprunki game. Her hair is styled to look like a crescent moon, and she's also wearing a halo headband. Her right eye is covered by a half mask, and she's wearing an elegant blouse shirt with cutouts on the shoulders, along with a crescent moon pendant in the middle. I love how this design turned out, and it's gotta be one of my favorites. Here is human Ivon. Hey broskies, thanks so much for watching. Let me know your favorite Sprunki OC I drew in the comments, and if any of the creators of these OCs are watching, I hope you like the art I made of your characters. And if you don't like it, I'm sorry. Okay, bye!